JavaScript sometimes behaves quirky, and there is no hidden thing in that. Everybody knows that sometimes it behaves a little bit odd. But why is it so? Why this language behaves a little bit odd? Now, initially, when the JavaScript was designed, it was just a basic classic language to manipulate things on the web pages. But now we are asking this language to do so much more than it was initially designed for. React, Angular, Redux, and so much more things. Now, it doesn't matter what you're calling these frameworks or how you're writing the style of your code. Ultimately, it's just plain JavaScript, and the ultimate nature of the JavaScript is going to show up here or there. And you need to understand that this quirky behavior is not a fault of JavaScript. This is how the language was essentially designed to behave. So it is important for you that you understand these behavior and why these behavior happen so that you can take action accordingly to prevent those behaviors if you are intending that they shouldn't happen. And of course, in case you are wondering that only JavaScript behaves quirky like this, no, it is not like that, my friends. Python behaves like that, C++ behaves like that, JavaScript and Java both behaves like that. So it's not about one language is faulty or something. It's about the more you stay put with the language, the more time you spend with that language, you actually understand these behaviors and you know how to get around those behaviors of that language. So every language has some of these behaviors. Now, especially beginners, they actually get these kinds of behaviors when they're writing something of a complex code that involve a bit of a Redux or a kind of a complex React and stuff like that. Let me explain it a little bit into a simpler format by giving you an example on the JavaScript. So let me take you onto my code screen. So here we are inside our VS Code and we have created a really simple file jstest.js. It has nothing inside this. You can go ahead and create it and follow along with me. Now let's go ahead and create a really simple object here. So we're going to call this one object as simply, let's call this one as student. Really makes sense. And this is going to be an object. This object has a property age, and let's go ahead and define that the age is 44. Now further down the road, very carefully, and this is the important part here, we're going to have a name, and the name is further down the road is also an object, which is divided into simply first name. And the first name is going to be, let's just say my name up here, Hitesh. And we also need a last name. So let's just say, call this one as last name. And the last name is going to be my last name. So there we go. So this is a basic object, no problem at all. We have seen this many times. Now, let's go up here and say that, hey, the student property, that age, I really don't like 44. Can I go ahead and change it to something like 19? Now, the bigger question here is, am I allowed to do this or not? So let's go ahead and verify this by simply logging and log the entire student object here. And let's run this one up here. I'm going to go ahead and say node and this file name, which is jstest.js. And as you can see, I'm allowed to change the age of the user here. So why is it so? And why is it a question in the first place? The question is because I defined this const as a constant, not as a let or a variable. So I'm technically shouldn't be allowed to change anything inside it. But this is not how JavaScript was initially designed for. The object still is kind of a constant in the memory, but what values inside this you hold, you are allowed to change that. In case you want to change this behavior of JavaScript, we have the option of saying object.freeze. And inside that, once I go ahead and say object.freeze student, now I'm not allowed to change anything. Now, since I've already changed this to 19, let's go ahead and try to do it one more time by saying that, hey, 19 is not good enough. Let's go a little bit lower. So 16 is good enough this time. And let's go ahead and try to log this one here. Now, what should happen? So try to take a guess here. Is it going to be 16, 19, or 44? And as I told you, object.freeze actually freezes that object, and now you're not allowed to change anything. So if I go ahead and run this one, notice here the age is again 19. So this is working absolutely fine. And a lot of people knows about this. What catches people off guarded is something like this. So I'm going to go ahead and say, hey, this student has a property.name, not age, the name. And further down the road, the name has first name. And notice here, I've already asked the JavaScript to object.freeze, so I shouldn't be not allowed to change this one. But if I go ahead and change the name to something like not Hitesh, so let's go ahead and say this one is not Hitesh. And now if I go ahead and move here and try to console log the student, take a guess. What is going to happen? Am I allowed now to change this object first name to not Hitesh or not? Take a guess. Now, to your surprise, and to surprise to a lot of people, I'm actually, let me first go ahead and save this, forgot to save. Let me run this one more time. To surprise a lot of people, I'm actually allowed to change this to not Hitesh, although I have marked it as object.freeze. And this is a behavior in which the JavaScript behaves a little bit different. And the goal is not to show you that, hey, JavaScript is flawed here. No, it is not flawed. This is by the design of the languages. There is a bigger reason here. Now, the bigger goal behind this video is not to give you just one example that, hey, this is behaving odd here. No, it is not that. The bigger goal is to make sure that you understand that, yes, these behaviors do exist, and you should be aware about these odd behaviors so that you can manipulate your code, or you can change the style of your writing code a little bit different so that you know that how this language is going to behave and it does exactly what you are asking it to do. And yes, of course, sometimes knowing more about these behaviors actually helps you to impress the interviewers as well, help you to upgrade into your job cycle as well. And of course, definitely 100% you'll be writing better code and better applications. And yes, of course, these behaviors exist in Python and other languages as well. If you want me to talk more about such behaviors of JavaScript or in Python, let me know in the comment section. I would be reading all of them. And based on your request, I'll prepare more next videos. If you have stayed so far in this video, a sub would be really an awesome thing. And I would definitely catch you up in the next video. Now go ahead and enjoy your music.
Lo que sea contigo, aunque tú me veas solo como amigo, yeah. No solo quiero pa' eso, yeah. No solamente pa'l sexo.